Hello everyone and welcome back to Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This is episode 19, where last time we completed our Sith training on Korriban, raided some Sith tombs, killed some Sith, and we unlocked the final star map piece. So we're on our way. We're on our way to the Starforge system. Let's jump right in, because we have to go rescue Bastila and confront Malak. Let's see what that's going to be all about, shall we? Let's leave Korriban with pretty much as we could have done in this game completed. A couple of things, unfortunately, were neglected and bugged. So we weren't able to see things through to completion and everything, but we got the final star map piece, and we're going to the Starforge system, which does not exist in the Republic archives.
You are strong, child, but I will break you.
I'll never fall to the dark side.
Nice.
You think torture will turn me, Malak? You're a fool.
Torture? No, dear Bastila. You misunderstand. This is but a taste of the dark side to whet your appetite. When you finally swear loyalty to me, it will be willingly.
Never.
Such resolve in your words, but I see the truth in your heart. The dark side calls to you, Bastila. You hunger to taste it. Become my apprentice, and all its power can be yours.
His fucking cape flourish. He's like, join the dark side. We have capes. I'll never join you. Oh, that's so sick. Wait, is it using the sun to charge? Certified Force Awakens moment. Okay. Another thing from the Knights of the Old Republic that got used in the Disney trilogy. It uses the sun. Starkiller Base! Oh, that's so sick. That is so sick. That is awesome. Bastila getting tortured to the dark side.
The Starforge. I've never seen anything like it. I'm transmitting these coordinates to Admiral Dodonna. Maybe a quick strike by the Republic can cripple the Sith fleet.
Dodonna, huh?
Message is away. Now we can just wait for the Republic to show up. We should be safe here. We're outside their sensor range. Small vanguard of Sith fighters coming in hard. Someone needs to get on those gun turrets. Take those fighters out before they report our position to the main fleet.
Dude, honestly, the cockpit scenes are so few and far between. They're so rare, but it's so cool to actually see it, because that's like such a part of Star Wars, is like being in the ship and like getting under attack, be like, quick, we got fighters, we gotta do this stuff, and like seeing them like panic and like running away. We've only had a couple of those scenes, and I've been like waiting for some of that. It's so cool. What I think the coolest part about this is it feels like that culmination, like we're at that final battle of Star Wars stuff that you get, you know? When you're like approaching their big base and you got all of some Star Wars tropes come in, and it just like feels good, you know what I mean? That's so cool. But so Bastila is currently trying to get turned to the dark side, where she will turn willingly. I wonder if, because Malak's got his kind of like a cybernetic-ish voice, but he didn't always have this thing, because when we saw the flashbacks with him and Revan, he was fine, so I'm assuming that must have been some sort of something that's happened to him with like dark side corruption or something, and now he's got like a Darth Vader mask, except he's got the majority of his head left over. But this is just like so cool to see. Like the cockpit shots have been very rare, but it's just so Star Wars when you get to it, and it feels so good. I love it. I love it a lot. Oh, and then we have to do a Sith fighter segment. Sith fighter segment. Incoming fighters, dude. Oh shit, and there's the Starforge. It looks cool as well. I mean, I'm assuming with the title being Forge, it makes something. It makes something. And it's using a sun to power itself.
We've got problems. We've flown to some kind of disruptor field. All my instruments are jammed. We've got massive overloads in all systems. I'm picking up a single planet in this system. I'll try and put us down there. Hold on. This may be a rough landing.
Oh, we're landing on the planet in the Starforge system. Oh, okay. There's more. I thought the Starforge was going to be like, that's it. We go into the Starforge, we're attacking, we're rescuing Bastila. We're going down to the planet first. That's the Endar Spire. In 144p quality.
Whew. Talk about your rough landings, Karth. What's the matter? You're flying like you've been on an all-night Teresian ale drinking binge.
That disruptor field fried our stabilizers. We're lucky we made it down in one piece. But if I can't find the salvage to make repairs, I won't even be able to get the Ebonhawk airborne again.
During our rather rapid descent, I noticed the hulls of many crashed ships scattered across the landscape. Perhaps the parts you need can be found among the wreckage.
The Cathar's right. This planet's a technological graveyard. I saw dozens of downed ships out there. That disruptor field must have wiped them all out. But where could it be coming from?
Even if we get the stabilizers fixed, we have to find and disable the source of that disruptor field before we can take off. Otherwise, we'll just end up crashing again.
Maybe it's not the Endar Spire, but it's like the same like brand of ship, like a Hammerhead Corvette. I don't know if they're called that, but they're called that in Rogue One. So they got that Hammerhead type thing. It might be the Endar Spire. That's like poetic. They'll like wrap it around with, now you need to repair the Ebonhawk with pieces from the Endar Spire. Are we going to see the corpse of Trask Olgo defeated by Darth Bandon on that ship? It's funny because the planet, to me, immediately when I was looking at it, we landed there, I was like, oh, it gave me like the vibes of the planet from the end of Mass Effect 3, when they all just land on like an unknown planet at the end, and then that's it. And I was just like, oh, that planet. It looks quite similar. I wonder if that was like intentional. What's the name of the planet that we're on, I wonder though, because at this point it's unknown. I wonder why the Sith ships aren't affected by the disruptor field.
They must have some kind of protection against it, but the Republic fleet won't. We have to find a way to disable that disruptor field, or the Sith will slaughter them.
T3's picking up massive power fluctuations on the ship's sensors. They seem to be coming from some type of large stone structure to the east. It looks like some kind of ancient temple.
Ancient temple. Guys, they waited until the end of the game for T3 to be a character. And for him to say something in a group setting. That's cool. I'm low-key a little bit... I will take that opportunity to say I'm a bit disappointed at how T3 is so much of a non-character in this game, unfortunately. Like, he's got some funny beep boops. And that's it. You use him to get into the Sith base on Taris, and then that's it. At least we have HK. He's a great droid. But T3 doesn't really do much. And then Zaubar also almost doesn't do much either. And it's a shame, you know, because they're like... I was excited throughout this whole game when they first appear, and then you get to the end, you're like, okay, not much. But that's okay, because I still like them as characters, but T3 doesn't really have a character. He's a little beep boop guy. Alright. I'm pretty sure nobody's forgetting about Bastila. I mean, the disruptor might be the temple itself. Alright, I'll just check. I'll get some dialogue out of these answers anyway. You all seem to be forgetting about Bastila, my love.
We haven't forgotten about her, but we can't do her much good stuck down here. We have to help ourselves before we can help her.
I only hope we're not too late. Bastila has been Malik's prisoner for a long time. If he can turn her to the dark side, she will join him, and the Sith will be invincible.
Bastila's Sith battle meditation, the cooler battle meditation. Bastila would never turn to the dark side.
I fear Bastila will find the lure of the dark side difficult to resist. She is strong in the Force, but she's also impulsive, willful, and proud, as you once were, Revan.
Don't call me that. I'm not Revan anymore.
I'm glad to hear you say
I'm
that.
Neville.
Now that you know your true identity, I was afraid you might slip back over to the dark side. If Bastila feels as you do, there may yet be hope for her.
Well, if Bastila's on the Starforge like you think, Jolie, then we can't rescue her until we disable that Disruptor Field. The sooner we investigate that temple to the east, the better. We can probably find the wreckage of a downed ship along the way. And if we're lucky, we can salvage some stabilizers from it to get off this planet.
I hope everything works out as smooth as you make it sound, Karth.
Well, so do I, Mission. So do I.
Yeah, I'm not Revan. I'm Revan's brother, Nevin. How dare you even compare me to him? I'm a Jedi.
Got something on your mind?
Do you know anything about this place?
Hard to say what this planet is. Been lost for thousands of years, if not more. Smells like bad karma, so watch your step. And that's about all I got to say about that.
Never mind.
Oh, I get it.
I'm hoping that Bastila doesn't turn to the dark side, otherwise we've got a problem on our hands. We're gonna have to try and turn her back and defeat Malik.
How may I be of assistance? What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Oh, we can still talk to her about what happened after her father died.
After my father died, my mother was left to support me alone. A single non-human woman, living in one of the worst, most violent slums on Taris. It was not easy for her.
Damn, maybe her side quest didn't trigger properly because I still needed to talk to her about some stuff. That's the only conclusion I can come to.
When my father was killed, it seemed that something in her began to die as well. She worked as hard as she was able. But over time, she began to waste away. I later learned that she was unable to get enough money to feed both of us, and had to start borrowing from the exchange, a band of cutthroats and smugglers. But even that was not enough. She hid what she was doing from me. She gave most of her food to me so that I would be strong, but she herself was suffering deeply from it. In the end, she could go on no longer, and collapsed at the cantina where she worked one day.
Did she die?
She never recovered. There was nothing really that I could do for her. She left me no money, and no doctor would see her without being paid first. I sat by her bed for days as she lay there dying. I never want that to happen to someone I care about ever again. But there was still the money she had borrowed. She had never paid it back and made no provisions for her death. You must understand. The exchange is brutal. They care nothing for the life of a sentient being. They are the major suppliers of slaves on Taris.
You were enslaved?
They thought it would be appropriate that, with my mother owing them money, the debt should be passed on to me. And with no way to pay, they took me by force. You have no idea what it is like to be bound like a beast and treated as such. It was the worst time of my life. They treated me like livestock. They were waiting for a buyer to give them some credits for me when the Jedi came to fight the Mandalorians.
And they freed you?
The Jedi could not abide by what they saw there, and drove the exchange from the face of the world, freeing those of us imprisoned there. But the Jedi soon left to fight their war, and I was left with a dream.
What did you do?
I swore that I would become a Jedi. As soon as I had enough money to do it, I bought passage on a freighter headed for Dantooine, and we both know what has happened since then.
You became a Jedi.
I am grateful to you for having given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, rather than become what I hated. Someday, I may make it up to you. But for now, let us keep on the task at hand.
Okay, maybe not. It still didn't update with like a journal. or anything. Jahani's side quest stuff is an interesting one then, but we got some more information on her past. You've crashed on a small, uncharted planet. In order to escape, you'll need to find some new stabilizers to repair the Ebonhawk, and you'll have to find some way to disable the disruptive field that caused you to crash in the first place. And when approaching the Starforge, the Ebonhawk fell victim to a disruptive field and crashed on an uncharted planet. Okay.
Yeah, what do you want?
What are your thoughts now?
I'm not happy with the way my life has turned. I'm not the Mandalore I once was. I don't even think I'm the merc I was when I joined you. I think I need something more than killing and fighting in my life. I need a purpose or something like that.
What will you do?
The way the Mandalorians, we fought. It holds no appeal for me. To rape and ravage worlds for the thrill of battle. It gets old. Very old. Honor in battle, cheating death, comrades in arms. The code of the Mandalore. I think I'm something different now. Maybe more, maybe less.
I am a Skywalker.
No, the time of the clans is past. I don't think the galaxy wants them anymore. Maybe in the future, but not now. Once my time with you is done, once you have moved on to greater things, I'll find my own way once again. Maybe the Mandalorian clans will be reborn again. Maybe even under the Republic. Or the Sith. But dreaming about the future is stupid right now. We should get down to our business and finish it. If we survive all this, maybe we could talk about it then. Is there something else you want to know?
That's cool. So he feels that, like, with the experience and traveling with us, he's like, I feel like I've moved past my old Mandalorian ways and wants to become something new. I really like the character development of a lot of the characters that we've come across. It's really, really neat. Candace, do you know anything about this world?
This world is odd. It looks like a battlefield, but the environment here is lush and green. Whatever happened here was a long time ago. I have seen many strange worlds in my time, but this world is stranger still. I don't like this place. Something happened, or is happening here, and I don't like it. We should get out of here as soon as possible. Do you have anything else you want to ask?
Nah.
Your choice.
Nah. HK, what's up?
Statement. HK-47 is ready to serve, Master.
Okay, nothing to talk about.
As you desire, Master.
Mission. T3? Nope. Mission.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
Do you know anything about the planet we're on?
How am I supposed to know anything about this planet? It's an uncharted world in an unexplored quadrant. Didn't you come back here when you were the Dark Lord? If you don't remember anything about this place, then I guess we're just stumbling in the dark. Sorry I can't be more help, you know?
Nothing.
Okay, have it.
Zauber. Do you know anything about the planet we're on? I don't know much about the planets we visit, but I suppose I should learn. When you ask something else, I will listen as well. Okay. Maybe we'll talk later. Alright, bud. There you are.
Yes, what's on your mind?
Do you know anything about this place?
I don't really know much about this place. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I've already spoken to him about him being Darth Revan. I definitely have spoken to Mission and Zaubar being Darth Revan, but it still pops up for some reason. But I feel like I might not have spoken to Karth about it.
If you're ready to talk, then yes. So am I.
And?
I can't hate you. I tried. I wanted to hold you responsible for all the things you've done for my wife, for Telos, for Dustil. But I can't.
Why can't you?
I got the revenge I always wanted when Saul died. But it hasn't brought me the peace that I thought it would. Despite whatever part of Revan is inside you, the darkness that must surely be there, it isn't who you are. That's why I can't hate you, why I don't want any more revenge. You don't have to be Revan. You can be so much more. Whatever the Jedi did to you, they gave you that chance. Whatever's happened up until this point, there's going to come a time very soon where you're going to have to make a choice. And there won't be any turning back.
And if I make the wrong choice?
Well, then I hope I can save you. From yourself.
Wow. I actually think, even though I could have asked that, or spoke to him about that ever since finishing the Dustal stuff, I think, because I think that's when it started popping up. This feels like an appropriate moment to even talk about that and like finally air that out with Karth. That was cool. So I believe it's just time for us to go, team. Let's go get some stuff on this uncharted planet. I'm out. See you. Who am I going to take with me though? I would like to. I think I'm going to take Juhani and Jolie out with me. I'm going to take HK and Jolie out with me. I'm going to do that. Revan's going to take his droid with him. And our old man. And our old man. Alright, let's level you up. Okay, none of these give an additional modifier. But I'm going to give you... I'll give you a point in dexterity for your blaster, I guess. I don't really know, to be honest. Okay. Another level up. Just gonna put some points into awareness. Oh, actually, no, not awareness. What am I talking about? Demolitions. Just do that. Perfect. Alright.
Sure.
And you need...
Guys, we're on Scarif. No, there's Gizka. Oh no! Don't let him on this ship. So I guess that's ship wreckage over in the distance. There's a bunch of Gizka. Is this the Endar Spire? Oh, you don't even get to go into the ship. The map is blocked off. Oh. Oh, hang on. Ooh. We're off the map. Well, look. If we're not going on that ship, it might be the Endar Spire. I don't know what planet we were orbiting, or where we were at the beginning of the game. But imagine if we were just near the Starforge system at the beginning of the game anyway. Could be possible. Oh, fuck. It's these. And they're hostile straight away. Great. Rakatan warrior. Okay. Dude. That guy in the prison, his people are still alive. And aggressive. Straight away. Holy crap. Rakatan. So is this planet Rakatan? Or is that just what they're called? I mean, that probably doesn't make much sense. Like, you wouldn't, like, the planet Kashyyyk isn't the planet Wookiee, is it? What the fuck? Oh, there's Duros here. You have defeated the murderous animals. We thank you, human, for saving us. If I'd known you there, I would have waited a couple minutes. They attacked me first. If your arrival had not been so fortuitously timed, we would have been in great danger. We thank you again for saving us. How did you get here? What the hell's going on here? I'm assuming the Duros probably crashed on a ship. And the Rakatans are native? What are you doing here? We had crashed here when our mining survey vessel encountered some strange sort of energy field. It disrupted our engine and power system and forced us to make a crash landing on this world. Our ship sank far out to sea, but a handful of us were able to make it to this island. More than you see here, though. Where are the rest of your companions? Many have been killed at the hands of the locals. A few tried to swim to one of the closer islands, but we have not heard from them in many days. Of the 10 of us who remained here, we 2 are the only remaining survivors. Wow. The native creatures killed the others? They attack any they come across. They are barbaric savages who feast upon the bodies of the dead. The only beings who crash here that can hold them off are the Mandalorians, and we dare not go near them. We know of their depredations too well. There are Mandalorians here? Yes, there are. More than you might think, although that may just be because they aren't as killed as easily as we are. With their weapons, they raid and kill other survivors and can fight off the natives as well. They seem to have some sort of invisibility or light cloaking that hides them until they strike. Damn it. Maybe I should have Canderous in my party. Where are they? They are north of here by a large temple structure. We dare not approach it, for they would surely kill us. But we cannot delay here much longer. The longer we stay, the more likely either the Mandalorians or the natives will find us and kill us. Okay. Why don't you try to get to one of the other islands? I believe that would be the best choice. The others have not returned, but it may be because they could find no way to. It would be worth the risk rather than to stay here and face certain death. I thank you one last time, human, for saving us. We shall remember you, and hope that, should you escape, you will tell the Republic of those of us stranded here. Oh. I thought we were going to still have more dialogue, because I was going to probably offer for them to stay on our ship. But I guess they just fucked off. Okay. You've crashed on a small, uncharted planet. You've encountered some Duros who crashed on this world as well. They were attacked by a fierce group of natives. What other creatures might call this world home? Okay. We've got Mandalorians on here. We've got Rakatan warriors on here. What's this map? Let me explore more of this beach before we go off down that path. Damn, I wonder what that dude in the prison would be thinking now. Probably nothing. Thinking about the void, as usual. I reckon if he would have been freed, first thing he would have probably done is try and come back to this world if he knew that it existed, because I guess this is his planet. They're capable of speech, so I wonder if we'll be able to reason with them, but they are immediately hostile, so we'll have to see about that. And then we've got some Mandalorians as well. Maybe instead of HK, run with our Mandalorian friend, who views things a little differently now, doesn't he? He's also one of our strongest melee fighters. 14 to 44 with 31 to hit. Like, he became our strongest melee fighter, this guy. Like, goddamn. Sure. So we'll just be a melee crew once again. You know what? I've been rocking Jolie like a bunch as well. I changed my mind. Instead of Jolie, we'll also have HK. My dark side crew. Yeah, we run with Jolie quite a lot. And I think fair enough too, because I love him. But as long as I can cast Insanity with Cress. Ooh, some of them are immune. Some of them are immune. Okay. The elite warriors are immune to Insanity. Not immune to being wounded though.
This is what I live for.
This is what I live for. Fucking Canderous just front flipping. Endless front flips. No corpses to loot. Okay. So they've all got vibro swords. There you go. That is a big engine. Any parts? It looks like a giant pod racer engine. How cool is that? It's an ancient pod racer. Where's the temple again? Okay, there's no notes about the direction of the temple in our journal. But apparently the Mandalorians are by that temple. Alright, where's this? The North Beach. Alright, let's go to the North Beach. Oh, maybe we can go into the ship just from the back? Oh shit, there is a settlement here. They have little wrinkles. Stay your weapons, interloper. We are not here for battle or blood. We bring you an invitation from the one great champion of the Rakata. Dude, they have little wrinkles. Rakata, the One. What are you talking about?
Hold on a second. You understood these goggle-eyed freaks? You must have come to this planet and learned the language back before the Jedi messed up your mind. Back when you were still Revan.
You have used strange magics and weapons to slaughter our raiding parties, Interloper. You have bathed in the blood of fierce Rakatan warriors. Your power and skill in battle has impressed the One. He wishes an audience with you, a great honor. Come with us now and we will take you to him. I have a feeling these guys would be resistant to the Force, but... Alright. Are we forced to go? I'm going to try it because I feel like this might be where we're supposed to go and I might try and go the other way. I feel like it's going to fail. I don't have to come with you. You try to use your magic on us, Interloper. We are Rakata. You cannot bend us to your will like mindless beasts. The will of the One cannot be denied, Interloper. You will come with us now to see our champion, or our Rancor war beasts will destroy you. Okay. Take me to the One. Dude. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay. They just got Rancors? They just chilling? Alright, Canderous. You lead the way. Why is Canderous on speed mode? Oh, this is like an arena. You're gonna make us fight, aren't you? Revan. Somehow I knew we would meet again. Even when you vanished, I knew you would not forget the vow you swore to me. And when my scouts told me of a great warrior from the sky slaughtering our raiding parties with mysterious powers and magics, I knew you had at last returned. Whoa, okay. We made a vow to the One. I'm not Revan anymore. That part of me is gone. I'm Crest Dracor now. Your words are confusing. I recognize you. You are the one called Revan. You are the one who came here before. You and Malak, the one who served you. You promised to slay our enemy. In exchange for our aid, you swore to destroy the Elders and bring us their secrets. Are you saying this means nothing to you now? My mind was destroyed. My memories were lost. I believe you, Revan. I sense there is something different about you. Something that has changed. You are not the same as you were before. Yet the power of magic, what you call the Force, is within you still. You can still destroy the Elders and fulfill your vow. What was this vow, exactly? You vowed to kill the Elders and bring us the secret knowledge they protect. In exchange, we promised to use this lost knowledge to help you enter the Temple of the Ancients. When you vanished, we thought you had forgotten us or been killed by the Elders. Now that you have returned, our alliance still holds. Destroy the Elders, and we will help you. I'll help you, but you have to answer my questions first. I suppose that if what you say is true, that you cannot remember when you were last here, then you must have many questions. Very well, Revan. I will help you to understand, and then you will destroy the Elders' tribe and fulfill the oath you swore to us long ago. Cool. You should probably start with the last time I was here. You arrived with Malak, your servant, 3 of your galactic standard, years ago. 3. Okay, my scouts saw your skyship plummet to the Earth, and they went to loot the crash site. They tried to take you prisoner, but you unleashed your magic, what you call the Force, upon them. Seeing your power, they bowed before you and brought you here to me. You used your power to rip the Rakata language from my mind, even as you drove Basic into our skulls so we could help you in your quest to find something called the Star Forge. But the answers you sought lay within the Temple of the Ancients, and we could not help you enter the temple. The Elders alone hold its secrets, guarding them with their very lives. So he, like, ripped the language out of their minds to learn it, and then put Basic in theirs. Wow. That's one hell of a power, Revan. Like, forced Duolingo. Give me some of that power, Revan. You say my ship crashed. Was it because of the Disruptive Field? I know nothing of this Disruptive Field, but throughout the history of our tribe, ships have fallen from the sky. It has always been this way, though in recent generations it has become more frequent. We have little understanding of such magic to make metal fly, but my scouts rush to take whatever we can carry from the crash sites in the hopes we may one day unlock these secrets. This was how we acquired our Rancor war beasts. Several very young specimens were recovered from a crashed vessel. We raised them to adulthood, training and breeding them to be loyal beasts of war. Okay, so they're not native to this planet. That makes sense. That's cool. So, Revan and Malak crashed on this planet too to learn the secrets of the Starforge, but Malak has control of the Starforge in the sky now, and they're unable to... they can resist the Disruptive Field, apparently. That's interesting. I wonder what that means. And if Malak has already uncovered the secrets of the Starforge, even though apparently it's guarded in this Temple of the Ancients, protected by the Elders. We will see. We will see. I need parts to repair my ship. That I cannot help you with. Although we have recovered many strange devices from the sky ships that crashed to the Earth, their use is a mystery to us. As a show of good faith, I will allow you to search the stores of our tribe and take whatever you find. In exchange, I know you will destroy the Elders and bring the secrets they guard back to me. Okay. Tell me about the Temple of the Ancients. There is little I can tell you about the temple. I know the secrets of our ancestors are contained within, but the temple itself is barred to us. When last you were here, you and Malak sought to enter the temple. You sought ancient knowledge and a way to escape this world within its stone walls. But only the Elders know how to bypass the barrier that surrounds it, destroy them, and bring back their secrets to us, and we will help you enter the temple. That was our agreement. Tell me more about the Elders. The Elders guard the ancient secrets. Within their compound is the knowledge of power and magic, including the knowledge of how to enter the temple itself. I have lost many warriors storming the gates of their compound, but they use weapons of light and fire against us, and not even our war beasts are strong enough to breach their defenses. Sometimes we can capture an Elder when they venture forth from their compound, and we have learned something about them. That is how we know they guard their ancient secrets. But no matter what tortures we inflict upon them, they will not reveal their secrets to us. They fear the knowledge they themselves guard, and they will never willingly surrender it to us. Okay. Cool. Okay. I don't see any other choice, so I will help you. The compound of the Elders is to the south, beyond the Temple of the Ancients. From torturing the few Elders we have captured, we know something of what lies beyond the gates. The Elders are few in number. If you can get past the exterior defenses, you could surely slaughter them all. Then you can bring us back the knowledge they guard. Okay, so it's probably good for us to come here first, because I'm assuming the Elders and the Temple is in the other direction, so this is cool. If I kill the Elders, how can I bring you their secrets? There was one prisoner, an Elder whose mind broke beneath our tortures. He raved of ancient rituals, of lost power and forgotten secrets. Unfortunately, most of his dying screams made no sense. Yet in his last hours he spoke of a book, an ancient tome, that recorded the most powerful knowledge of the Elders, and detailed the rituals that could unleash the secrets. I am certain this ancient tome will allow me to unleash what has for so long been hidden by the Elders. Bring me this book, and I will use the knowledge within it to help you enter the temple. Nice. The Sacred Elder Texts! I'll be back when I get that book. When you have it, bring it here to me. Until then, you may move freely about our village, and I'll be waiting for your return. I don't see why I wouldn't help them. There's so many options to be like, oh yeah, I'll do that. Or, forget about it. The one, leader of a Rakata tribe. A Rakata tribe? Is the planet called Rakata then? And they are Rakatan warriors? The one, leader of a Rakata tribe, has made a deal with you. He has agreed to help you enter the temple if you slaughter another Rakatan tribe known as the Elders. He wants you to go to their compound near the temple and bring back an ancient tome in exchange for his help. So we'll encounter Mandalorians along the way, I assume. I thought that we were about to... Oh my god. Oh. Never mind. I thought that was highlighting... it said Portcullis, and I thought that that was the name of the Rancor. It's just called Young Rancor. Let's talk to it. Talk to the Young Rancor. I thought that it was named... Zabrak combat suit, strength gauntlets... Okay, just some cool stuff. Let's open up everything that they've scavenged. You guys don't need any of this, it's useless to you. Let me take it. There's a lever there, and I'm wondering if that's going to open the... Yeah, it's going to open the cages to the Rancor. Probably not a good idea. I have a feeling that that would probably not work out for anyone. A Wookiee Warblade and a green lightsaber crystal. That's cool. Sometimes when you look at like a box that has stuff in it when you're on a ship or you're like scavenging and you see like a collection of things like a Wookiee blade and then a green lightsaber, it's like it makes you want to like put together a story in your head of like those items being found together. Like maybe there was a Wookiee and a Jedi traveling together and that was all that was scavenged from their bodies when they landed on this planet. A Sith Tremor Sword, Rakata Battle Wand. Those are new. And a Jedi Master Robe and Mandalorian Battle Armor. Like stuff like that. Things that have landed on this planet over time. When we have defeated the Elders, then at last we can leave this cursed island. Interesting. Okay. Well, see you later, everybody. It's been fun. Good on Revan for making some allies for us. There's a big compound. Yeah, not a good idea to make enemies of these guys when we don't even know the area. As a reward for slaying our hated enemy, you may search our cache for stuff. No worries. I'm just wondering if any of these will have actual dialogue. The one is studying the secrets of the Red Rakata. In time, he will use them to unlock the knowledge trapped within the Temple of the Ancients. Secrets of the Red Rakata. The Lore Master will surely be interested in the stories you have gained since leaving us last, Revan. A Rakatan Lore Master. Sounds like my kind of friend. As a reward for slaying our hated enemy, you may search our cache for whatever parts you need. We've seen that symbol before. Oh, it's the fucking symbol of the... That's the Starforge. Wait a minute. That's what the Starforge looks like. Where have we seen that symbol before already? We've seen that symbol. Oh, where did we see that? Was that in the temple ruins on Dantooine when we came across the star map stuff, our very first one? I think that might be where we saw that symbol. That's what the Starforge looks like. But why do they have, like, flags with that symbol on it as well? Were the Rakatans the ones that made... Well, they're not the builders, right? Because, well, I mean, they could be an ancient... But that's old. Really old. Because that's going back to my really... that's going back to my really early notes of the builders being an ancient race that we no longer have... records of. Could be these guys. They're like an old, ancient little group of people. They got a bar though. They got a little restaurant. What are you guys doing? You just standing around. Just exploring everywhere, don't mind me, guys. This place is massive. You guys will sleep just next to each other. You betrayed us last time you were here, Revan. Do not let this happen again. Is he only saying that because we didn't come back and honor the promise? Or did we actually betray them last time? Like, proper. Okay. Fucking maybe Revan already dealt with the Elders and got the secrets of the temple himself. By forcing it out of their minds, and then just never bothered to return here. What's up? Luo. There we go, we finally have a named one. You are the one who defeated our warriors in combat, aren't you? The one who wields the magic to defeat the Elders. I wield the Force, yes. It is glorious to see such a power come to our aid when all was thought lost here on this God's forsaken island. To be able to command the elements in such a way is awesome to behold, and must be even more so to wield. The Force is not merely the elements. The Force is all around you. It binds us together. It is an energy field within all living things. I'm sorry for not comprehending your great powers. What then are they? The Force is a power that flows from all life in the universe. Flows from life. It connects all living beings in the universe. All beings are connected through some sort of life force? You are truly great in your power and your wisdom. I can't wait to see what havoc your magics will wreak on the elders. He's like, oh yeah, man, fucking kill some elders for me with your force magic. Do it. While we loot all of your bins. Alright, so that's the exit. This is a big compound here, guys. I wish that there was an option just to ask the one what the planet's called. Otherwise, it'll just stay as unknown world. Unknown world. Is there a lawmaster in here? Yeah, there he is. Unlike the final room, I've been looking for a lawmaster. There you are. Lawmaster Gajashi. Maybe the G's silent. Lawmaster Jashi? Greetings, Reverend. I am Jashi, the lawmaster of our tribe. I am the keeper of our histories and chronicler of the conquests of the One. Okay. You are a lawmaster. What do you do? Memorize books? The position of lawmaster is a sacred and respected one among our people. We are the keepers of history, the ones who pass down the traditions of our people. I am here to chronicle the conquests and achievements of the One. I have followed his exploits for many years, and yours as well. Mine? When last you came to this island, the One had just arrived with his army. We spoke then, as now, and you told me of your travels and stories about the worlds beyond ours. You spoke of the magical force you wielded which gave you power over the elements. But then you left us and went back to the stars, never to be heard from again. We wondered what had happened, what could have gone wrong, but could do nothing against you or the elders. Okay. Do you not hate me for leaving your people before? It does not matter to me what path you choose. History flows in mysterious ways, and my task is only to witness and remember which course it takes. Your actions then, as now, are memories to be passed on to future generations. When you are dead and gone, your memory shall remain with us. Wow. Can you tell me of the history of your people? What of our people would you like to know? Tell me how your people came to be. In the times before our most ancient histories, there was nothing you could call the Rakatan people. They were unintelligent proto-Rakata wandering the surface of this world. Spawned from the womb of this world, they were gifted with the brilliance of thought, but not tempered with the wisdom to use it. When the gods of the sky first spoke to them, the ground shook and heaved, and fires raced across the surface of the world. They fled beneath the ground to escape the calamity and dwelled there for some time. At last the gods spoke to them in dreams, dreams of the surface and the light. They re-emerged from the ground and found the land much changed around them. Gone were the plains and valleys they had known. Instead, there were islands stretching across the breadth of the world. The world had been remade for them by the gods of the sky, and they gave thanks in fear and gratitude. The Star Forge that's got to be in relation to the Star Forge. Can the Star Forge terraform worlds then? The gods in the sky. The builders? Those are the builders? And they use the Star Forge to terraform the surface of this world. That seems to make the most sense to me. Then that's why they have this Star Forge. That's why they have the Star Forge symbol, because it's like the symbol of their gods. Giant techno thing in the sky terraformed their world. Created new terrain. Forged it, if you will. Tell me of the gods you mentioned. The world is ruled by the gods of the earth and sky, both living and dead. When the sky gods remade the world, the gods of the earth who had sheltered and protected the Rakata were gone, where the dead or asleep, typo, they have not been heard from again. Nor do the gods in the sky listen to our pleas any longer, although we can still see their lights gleam in the heavens. So we mortal Rakata are left here to our own devices to make the future we demand for ourselves. God, the lore in the Old Republic is so sick, and I love that it's so cool. Again, I'm repeating myself when I say I love that. Not only are we already in this ancient time in the Old Republic, but there is even more ancient history before that that only strengthens this world that we currently are playing through. It's so cool. Tell me of your first civilizations. Back in the days of the First Awakening, when our people rose from the ground and brought the light of civilization to our new world, our people spread far and wide across the islands. Among these peoples, there were some that rose to greatness on the largest islands, Rakatans of vision and forethought, who built great monuments to themselves and their leaders. But these cultures did not know their true strengths. They did not draw upon the knowledge of their past to feed their present. Of course, these cultures, with their centers of learning and their great temples, collapsed in riots and chaos, burning their cultures from the world in an orgy of violence. It was 1,000 years of darkness before the light of the First Empire rose upon the blood of the past. Damn. Okay, tell me of the First Empire. With the first civilizations of our people destroyed and chaos and anarchy sweeping the islands, it seemed that a time of darkness had descended upon us that would never end. But a strong nation of survivors yet endured. On one of the smaller islands near the equatorial regions, they had not forgotten the oldest traditions, those learned from the gods of the earth while we dwelt beneath the surface. Taking the knowledge of their elders and passing their wisdom and skills onto the next generation by eating their flesh, they built a culture unrivaled throughout history, greater even than your vaunted republic. For millennia this empire stood, uniting the many islands of our world into one cohesive whole, each generation passing its strength onto the one that followed. But fate was unkind to these great Rakata, these first ones of our kind to rise above savagery and create a true, lasting civilization. God damn. I just realized something as well, in regards to Kashyyyk, because Kashyyyk has that computer, that device, which has the hologram that is based on this species, the Rakatans. So we've encountered two so far, a hologram, the one in the prison, and now the planet which they reside. But that structure spoke to us about how Kashyyyk was not always trees. And it was actually like something that happened. And makes me wonder if that's also an effect of the Starforge. So we're seeing these little things. Did the Starforge change Tatooine from being a lush world to an arid wasteland? Is that what is that what this game is ultimately putting together for us, that the Starforge has traveled two worlds and played a part in how they are now? For us, Tatooine and Kashyyyk and this unknown world have all been blessed by the gods and reformed in a sense. That's kind of my takeaway here from what I'm sort of interpreting from everything that has happened so far in this game. And something that's really cool is the fact that with Tatooine in the Book of Boba Fett, there was so many references constantly made to the planet, like what Tatooine used to be, how it wasn't always a desert and all that kind of stuff. And it's like they're making like these little digs to like previous legends and history of Star Wars, which is so cool. So tell me what happened to the First Empire. Our skin had been hardened and turned black from the time our people spent beneath the surface, but always at the fringes of society there were rumors of those of other colors who survived above the surface while we dwelt below. We can pinpoint no direct cause for the collapse of the First Empire, but it was swift and total. What had taken centuries to build and was maintained for thousands of years disappeared within 10, perhaps 20 years. From the ancient cities we have examined, there was much fighting and death, as well as fires that burned bright and hot enough to melt the stones of their palaces to glass. Also, in scattered fragments and records, we have heard of a people being found, a people unlike the Rakata, but taking our form, who waged a monumental war that tore civilization apart. What this war was, or who those beings were, we do not know, but they are the demons of our legends now. We believe them to be gone, wiped out in that vast conflagration, but we cannot know for sure. People who took your form. Okay. What happened after the collapse of the First Empire? Our civilization lapsed back into savagery. We were no longer the great people of centuries past. Brother turned on brother, tribesman on tribesman, until all fought and sought to destroy each other. The legacy of the final war and the collapse that came after it still echo with us today. We are still a fractured people. Many tribes dwell on these islands, warring with each other constantly. Each seeks to grow its own strength, absorbing that of its enemies through their flesh cut down in battle. But none has been strong enough to exert their influence over more than a handful of islands. Until now, that is. We are now in the midst of a great war of reformation, of reclamation. God, this is so cool, and it just keeps going. It's great. It was really good when we got this from the Tuscans as well, and we get their full history about all of this kind of stuff that happened, and it's great that we're getting it now, and I would have loved if each and every planet that we visit has like a lore master to give you the history of their, like we could have got history of the Selkath as well, a history of like the Wookiees and such. We've been getting like a little bit here and there, but an actual dedicated lore master is such a cool thing to have. Tell me of the War of Reformation. Before, none were strong enough to bind together the tribes and unite them towards a common goal, but that changed. Now we do have a leader, and under him we have swept across the islands, conquering all who have stood before us. This leader, is it the One? Over the last 20 years, we have conquered over 100 islands, both large and small. The One has led us to victory where none have before, further strengthening us with the blood of our enemies. We have subjugated many tribes as well, their warriors joining ours in our great crusade. But recently, things have not gone so well. More and more outsiders fall from the sky and kill our people. More and more tribes resist us or even rebel. It has taken a great part of our strength to resist, but under the One we shall prevail. Nothing shall stop him from forming the Second Empire. And he looks different to the rest. He looks different to the West. Well, we're about to get this anyway, because we're about to get information on the One. What is the One doing here, then? We heard of the temple on this island, the Temple of the Ancients, a building the like of which has not been seen anywhere else, a place of great power, it was reputed, with great guardians as well. The One came here with an army to see this temple and seize it for our cause, but we were met with strange and powerful magics which have defeated us at every turn. So now the One sits here and broods on his troubles, listening only to the messengers who bear his orders to all corners of his territory. If only the riddle of the temple could be solved and its guardian elders removed, then he would consume their flesh and knowledge and bring unity to our people. It is my sincere hope as well that you can help us with our great task. I'm really curious about these elders then, because we're getting all these legends about the Rakatan people from this guy and their group, but the elders seem to be an unknown different thing. So I'm really curious to get into that. Alright, let's get the information of Tell Me of the One. The great story of the One would take many days to tell in its entirety. It is my specialty, of course. What would you like to know of his great story? Alright, guys. Let's sit here for a few days and get learned, get knowledge. Tell me how he was raised. Born to poverty, raised in a hovel, with no elders to guide him and share their strength with him, he had nothing to rely on but himself. But in his weakness, he was uniquely destined for strength and the burdens it carries with it. Even in his youth, it was obvious that the One was destined for greatness, but when but a youngling, he defeated one of the strange blue-armored warriors who fall from the sky and feasted upon him. Blue armor? Mandalorian? The respect from his battle gave him the step he needed to go forward on a path that has led him ever upward since. Okay, tell me of how he came to power. By adulthood, the One was held in awe by those of his tribe as both a warrior and a leader. When he challenged the chieftain of his tribe, no one doubted that he would prevail. The chieftain could see, and knowing that the One would bring the tribe into greatness, offered himself up without a fight. The tribe fed well and was stronger for his sacrifice. Under the leadership of the One, his tribe conquered all others on the island, capturing and subduing their warriors, feasting on their chieftains, and growing his own army at the same time. He was truly a force that could not be stopped, a leader unlike any we have seen in our history. He will be the one to unite us all. And that's why he's called the One. Tell me of his conquests. After he had conquered his own island and his army had grown to a large size, he turned his eyes towards the nearest other islands in the archipelago. With each island that fell to him, his army grew stronger, his wisdom greater, with each chief given up to him, and his vision of a future for our people brighter. Before long he had conquered every island in a month's sailing and had armies expanding in every direction. It seemed that nothing would stand against him then. But we heard of the Temple of the Ancients here, on this forgotten island at the edge of the true sea, and the One was intrigued. It was a place of power, to be sure, and none could doubt its significance. Driven by portents and omens, we came to this island with 1,000 of his finest warriors, and here we stay. We cannot leave while the temple stands unopened, but we cannot enter while the elders stand against us, and the One sits each day brooding on the fate that has led us to this impasse. Crazy that he's conquered so much, and then he comes up to this temple with the elders, and he's like, it's so hard, I can't do it. Alright, I'd like to know something else. Which I think we're done. I think we're done with the lore. We're done with all of the lore. I must go now. If you must, I shall remain here as I always do, listening to those who wish to speak, and remembering. Woo! Baby, we got some lore. I'm gonna need to breathe after that story time. So cool though. I actually genuinely love that. And that is just one civilization that I'm not even aware of. I don't know them. You know, this is our first exposure to their people, and I love how interesting they make it straight off the bat. Like, I think it's very easy for you to like play a Star Wars game and go, oh yeah, cool. Like learning the history of the Tuscans is neat because they're an established, you know, race and culture, and yeah, hell yeah, I'd love to know more about them, or like anything like that when it's like an alien species we're already aware of. But then I think the power of good storytelling here really shines when you come to an unknown world with a bunch of new alien species I'm not familiar with, and you get very invested in their history and their lore already. Like, shows how well written all of this stuff is. So definitely a lot of fun to learn about all of that, which was sick. So we learned about the One and the Rakatan people and their history. Days have passed, and I am so knowledgeable. Okay. We're out on the beach. There they got some statues. Alright, let's explore around here. And they got Gizka. I wonder if we kept Gizka on the ship until you finally get here, and then you just let them off here or something. And then they reunite with their Gizka pals. These Rancors are funny. They chillin'. I wish to ride one, like a bantha. Oh, hang on. We are the greatest of them. Once the red Rakata are destroyed, there will be none who dare to stand against our tribe. Oh, the red Rakata are the elders? Okay. We are the greatest of the black Rakata. No leader is stronger than the One, and no other tribe commands the war beast as we do. Okay. So it's a war between red and black. Alright, let's move on down. Okay, so we're not able to go onto that ship. See, I was like, oh cool. We'll go on that ship. That looks like the temple in the distance over the hills there. Look at that. That's something high in the sky. Let's go and have a look, shall we? So we have our mission. We have what we need to do. If there's going to be the only reason I brought Canderous is because I'm like, oh, there might be Mandalorians. But I think if we deal with elders, I'm just trying to Just trying to think about who would be like the best to bring along for stuff like this, you know? I'll stick to this group for now, though. Otherwise, it would really just be Jolie coming along instead for a bit of force power shenanigans. Nice. Specifically, just like a nice viewpoint. That's cool. This is such a good game. It's such a beautiful game as well, especially for one that's like from 2003. It's still quite beautiful. I'm very excited and optimistic to see what the remake could share with us, you know? Oh, I'm going to battle a Rancor now. Okay, sure. It's just an enemy. Okay. Just an enemy Rancor. No biggie. Okay. Anytime you guys want to join in.
That'll show you. Huh?
Yes?
I find it funny though that we're kind of, for the most part, my team is kind of strong enough for us to get by with just doing basic attacks, which is good. I was worried when I finally got to a point where I actually understood, the mechanics and like leveling a bit more, and I was like, oh no, I'm kind of worried now because I feel like I might have like allocated points in the wrong way, that sort of thing. But it's worked out. It's worked out okay. Especially you get past like a threshold, I feel, and then you're like just much stronger automatically. Oh. Canderous, I don't feel so good. Okay. Fucking you guys just chilling. So these are the blue armored Mandalorians I was thinking could be referred to. Okay, well, as soon as I was like, oh, we can get by with doing standard attacks, I've automatically gone, oop, actually we might be in trouble. Let's see. Let's see how we go, shall we? I was not expecting to get ambushed. We'll be fine. We've defeated the Mandalorian leader, and now their morale will fall.
What?
That'll show you.
Oh. Easy enough.
That hurt, I
Master? Yeah, easy enough. I've barely used these repair kits because I don't really use droids much. Okay, cool. We got a journal entry. Invisible Mandalorians. You were ambushed by some Mandalorians. They thought they could defeat you, but you proved them wrong. Anything to say about that?
Yeah, what do you want?
Nope.
This world is... I have seen... I don't like this place. You have anything else?
Okay.
Your choice.
I thought he would mention something about the Mandalorians, maybe? But it appears he has nothing to say. I'll keep him anyway. Canderous, is this finally a headpiece that you could wear, though? Finally? Finally? Please. God fucking damn it. Why in this game do you find two Mandalorian heads, one on Kashyyyk and one here, and they're not wearable? They're not armor. Like, that's such a tease. How can I not give Canderous the Mandalorian a Mandalorian helmet? I can give him Mandalorian assault armor, though. Defense bonus of 13, resistance to cold, fire. This was the armor of the Mandalorian elite frontline troops, a sight that Republic soldiers were all too familiar with during the war. Okay. The Calo Nord's armor is a defense of 12, and resistance... Oh, it has a resistance to sonic critical hits and mind affecting. Calo Nord's battle armor loses... it's still better. That's held us for a while. The Mandalorian one, it just has a bonus defense. I kind of want to give him the Mandalorian armor because he's a Mandalorian, but I can't give him the helmet, and that is the problem here. That is the problem. Is I just want him to wield a helmet. And then that would be, everything would be fine. Everything would be chill. But for some reason, they were like, you know what? No. No. We're not gonna do that. That's a shame.
Huh? Yes?
Well, maybe I could take... I don't know. Well, is it in our... It'll be in here then somewhere. The Mandalorian helmet. Maybe we have to show it off to someone and go, look, we killed him. This is the head of the leader of the Mandalorian warriors who were killing the Rakatan scouts. Alright, well, we've got the Mandalorian head. I wonder what the decision process was with that. When they were like, hey, Mandalorian armor, should we make it wearable? No. Who would want to put a Mandalorian helmet on a Mandalorian? What are you, silly? Before we investigate the temple, because that's the big temple, we're going to go off to other areas first. Alright, this is some ship wreckage. Okay. Okay. Okay, it's trapped. My awareness is not high enough. Alright, who's got my highest awareness in here? I think it's Mission. I think Mission's quite aware. Awareness. 23. Okay. We can also level you up. I actually think it's quite surprising how well-rounded Mission is as a character, because look at these skills. She gets a lot of skill points. She's just perfect for infiltration outside of computer usage. She's perfect for everything. For the, like, breaking into stuff and disabling things. It's actually quite crazy. And like to the point where she gets sneak attack 9. That's crazy to me, dude. That is crazy to me. 9 to 54 points of extra damage to attacks when the target can't respond to the attacker. Like, we haven't taken advantage. We really haven't taken advantage of that with her. Of her stealth outside of doing the Black Volcar base, but still good to know. I can't remember what I have Mission equipped with. I'm pretty sure we have her equipped with blasters. So I'm gonna, like, 1 blaster or 2? I can't remember. I'm gonna give her toughness though. What are you equipped with? You're dual wielding blasters, right? Bendax blaster and a Sith assassin pistol. I probably have some better things that you could wield at this point, maybe. I'm not sure though. I haven't re-equipped Mission in a while. Sith sniper rifle. Especially with this stuff. 3 to 10. 4 to 9. Okay. Bendax blaster does 5 to 10. 23. This one also does a damage bonus to iron damage. Sith assassin stuff. Okay. Might just keep it at that. Oh yeah. Jenna Haradan stealth unit. I wanted to give you that ages ago. I wonder if I've got anything in here that would be better for you now. So Darth Bandon's armor is 5 and 5. That's 7 and 5. 7 and 5 with stealth and dex bonus. You can have the Jenna Haradan mesh armor actually. That seems like a great idea to me. And then demolitions plus 2. Sure, why not? Go Mission.
Sure.
Okay. It's a plasma vent. Is there anything for us to actually obtain here?
Okay.
Yeah?
Maybe I'll just have Mission disable them. I was trying to like walk around them, but we'll just have Mission. Okay. Why did Mission disable it just then? That was weird. Is it impossible to disable them? Maybe because it's a vent and not a mine. That would make sense. Alright. Well, we got the ship parts. It doesn't do that much damage anyway. You can just kind of push through it. These ship parts appear to be similar enough that those on the Ebon Hawk, that they could be used to repair it. Cool. Alright, we've got ship parts. It says that it's a mine. Oh no, okay. You can. For some reason, Mission, when I selected disable, she just ran right over it and activated it. That was silly. She's like, sorry, I got too excited. Alright. Well, thanks for joining, Mission. You've been wonderful. See you later. Just swapping out for different people now. I like when we're in areas that you can do that as well, because a lot of the time, it's like, it's not available at this time. You can't do it. Ooh, you keep saving. You keep saving. There you go.
Here.
They give a lot of experience, huh? Master?
Yes?
Sure.
Oh! You see what happens when I don't use... You see what happens when I choose not to use Insanity and, like, stun them? We die.
Yes?
That's funny. I was like, well, you know what? I won't use Insanity for this Rancor. Jolie is dead.
Yes? Acknowledgement.
That's funny. Pro tip.
Sure.
Insanity is the winner. Oh shit, hang on. There's another settlement there. That looks like that might be the Disruptive Field. Ooh, I'm confused now. Is this where the Elders are? But then what is that? This area before would classify as the temple, right? I'm a bit... I'm curious. I'm a bit... Alright, maybe we'll check out this area first then, and we'll come here next. Now I don't know. Because considering it's on the other side, that might actually be the red Rakatan tribe. Choices. I just want to make sure we go to the right places first. Do you know what's another cool thing that I just noticed? It's actually really cool. Is the grass on the floor reacts to when you walk through it. It like is animated to like part ways. I didn't realize that. That's such an interesting little detail to go to the effort to, just to like make the environment feel like more like real and responding to you. Is all of the tall parts of the grass, they move out of your way when you run through them. Most games would just have you just run through it without it reacting, because it's like, just put the grass there, it's fine. The fact that they move and animate out of the way is actually quite a neat little detail there. I appreciate that. Alright. Wild Rancor. See, this looks like our temple, our main location.
Acknowledgement.
Yes?
Destroy the mission. The adage. Sure. Best.
The Rancor's choking on its food. Ah. 600 XP is not bad. What level is... Oh god. Okay, I just need 8,000 more experience. Just casually. Okay. Let's see how much more experience they need to level up. So it's worth killing these Rancors. Because then we'll be able to get Force Storm for Jolie. You guys doing anything? It's really weird that sometimes they do stuff automatically in combat, and then there's other times where they just stand there. Like, I know that I can give them the commands, but most of the time, they just stand there. Or they do join in, sorry. There you go, so now they join in. Just very interesting. All out of force power. Oh shit. He died. Did not expect that. There was another death that I didn't expect to come so soon, but it happened. Alright then.
Yes?
Yes, I'm fine. Just a flesh wound. Just a flesh wound. All in the name of XP. Cress hasn't died in a while, so it's about time, you know. This place is huge. Like this building here. Like, this is massive. Who built this? Who built this place? Was it the builders? We can enter, so let's take a look. Guarded by... Oh, right. This is the temple with the shield that you... Alright. There you go. So that temple's got the shield. We need to go down here to go to the red Rakatan tribe and go, you guys, how do we get this shield down? Okay, I'm back on track now. There we go. I assumed wrongly that they would be in the same location, so I was like, maybe we like enter in here and then the elders are in there, and then the actual temple thing, because it looks like quite a large facility, would be all the way at the back or something. But no, we have to go down here to get them, bully them into giving us our secrets so we can go into this temple. Wait, these guys came back? What the fuck? Wait a minute. Jolie! Jolie! Why are you fucking back all the way here? For God's sake. Why do the party members do this? They just stand around and don't actually follow you. I get so fucking confused and irritated when this happens, because it's like, why is my guy just standing there? What the fuck?
Yes?
It's so silly. I'm like, oh, cool, alright, quick, I'll get Jolie to do his force power. Oh, he's all the way across the other side of the map for some reason, because he thought that he would just have a nap. He got tired. Stupid. Alright, we've got our ship parts, so at least we've got that stuff taken care of, and now we gotta solve this problem for the temple. Or we could just leave again, like how Revan did last time. Okay. I wonder how the Mandalorian helmet and killing the Mandalorian stuff is going to tie into this, because clearly the Mandalorian helmet is similar to Kashyyyk, where we'll have to show it to someone and be like, look, we killed the Mandalorians. Ooh, you are not Rakata. What is your business here, off-worlder? A hologram? Who are you? We are the elders, and you will answer our question. Who are you, and why have you come? I am Revan. You are Revan. The council wishes to speak with you. You may enter. Finally, people believe that we're Revan here. Nobody else believes me. I have been welcomed. Interestingly enough, that's all we had to say. I'm really interested in getting the Elder side of the story now, to see who's who in this conflict. Because we might be able to get the Elder's secrets for ourselves, and, you know, there are two sides to every story. So let's find out what the Elders are all about in comparison to the One and his army. Interesting. We of the Elder Council did not expect to see you again, Revan. We thought you had betrayed us. Why have you returned to our village after all this time? Revan has visited them. Oh, wow. I don't want to give away that I'm here for on behalf of the One yet. I want to see what they're about first. I spoke to you once before. What did I want? Is this some type of test, Revan? Some type of trick? You came seeking our aid. You came in search of a way to enter the Temple of the Ancients. You claimed to be seeking a way to destroy the Starforge, and we were foolish enough to believe you. Unaware of your true nature, we helped you enter the temple. But you betrayed us, Revan. Instead of destroying the terrible legacy of our ancestors, you unleashed the evil of the Starforge upon an unsuspecting galaxy. And now you stand before the Council of Elders once more, and once more we ask you, for what reason have you returned, Revan? So, yeah, it is about the ancestors. The dialogue literally being, I need to get into the temple so I can destroy the Starforge. He's like, you're gonna try that one again? After the last trick you pulled? You got a lot of guts coming here. After what you pulled. I'm gonna be honest. I'm sorry, I have no memory of our last meeting. Do you think we are fools, Revan? Do you think we have forgotten how you lied to us last time? Why should we believe you now? My mind was destroyed. All my memories were lost. It changed me. I am not who I once was. They say that the experiences of our past define us and make us what we are. If it is true you have lost your memories, then perhaps you are changed. But how are we to know this is not some trick, Revan? Interesting. So the One was like, go after the Elders and kill them and get their secrets for us. And then Revan went to the Elders anyway, lied to them to get into the temple, and then just went, cool, I got my secrets, off I go, and just flew away and did his dark side stuff, leaving the Rakatan people to do their stuff. Okay. The part of me that was Revan is dead. Now, I am Crest Dracor. You say you are not who you once were, yet here on our world you repeat the pattern of your last visit. Like the last time you have crashed here, like last time you have come seeking our help. How have you changed, Revan? I cannot prove what is in my heart, I only ask you judge me by my actions. We sense you mean the words you speak, but words are easy to say. It is actions that prove the true nature of your character. You must prove to us that you are not the same as you once were, Revan. You must prove that you have changed. How can I prove that? Recently, several of our scouts were captured by the One. Most of them were brutally slaughtered, but we have information that one of the scouts is still alive. They will use unimaginable tortures to force the scout to reveal everything he knows about our tribe, and once the One is done with him, the scout will be executed like the others. You must prove you have truly changed by risking your own life to save another. Rescue our scout from the clutches of the One, and we will consider helping you. I wonder if this is not necessarily a case of there is a good and a bad Rakatan tribe, but they are both simply just their own tribes that are engaged in a battle, and they have their own reasons for not coming together or fighting against each other. It's not necessarily one is better than the other. They both, except the One wishes to wipe out these guys, and the Elders are only asking us to rescue a scout to protect their secret. So, like, One is clearly less bloodshed. Maybe I can negotiate with the One to release your hostage. We would prefer if you could find some way to save the prisoner without bloodshed, but we don't believe that will be possible. The One does not like to negotiate. Interesting. I love that, like, this game gives you so many options to be like, I'm bored of this. I'm just gonna kill you all. There's, like, so many dialogue options with almost everyone we speak to have, like, these options that is just like, you know what? Fuck it. Die. And it's so dumb. So if I save the prisoner, you'll help me. Risking your life to save the prisoner would show us that you are sincere about making amends for the past. Okay. Okay, I help you, but I have some questions. I want to know these guys' side of the story. We will tell you what we can, Revan. I have questions about you, your tribe, your history, the temple. You should speak to Osra, the Keeper of History. He is located near the Great Computer on the far side of our enclave, but I will do my best to answer your questions. You have a great computer that holds the answer to the universe. 42. Tell me about your tribe. We are the Elders. Our ancestors were the priests of the Infinite Empire. The priests of the Infinite Empire, the guardians of the temple and the keepers of technology. After the warlords unleashed their weapons of mass destruction and devastated the world, our ancestors knew we could never allow such technology to be used again. We sealed the knowledge of destruction within the temple, and for the past 1,000 generations we have kept vigil here, ensuring the knowledge does not fall into the wrong hands. If you wish to know about this, you should speak to Osra, the Keeper of History. Alright, it seems like the Elders have it in mind where they wish to protect and guard secrets to prevent evil and destruction from happening, and the One wants these secrets, and if the One obtained them, he would then use them for further conquest and destruction. I mean, that kind of paints a really clear picture for the both of them then, doesn't it? There you go. I have more questions about your history. You should speak to Osra. I just want to say, I want to learn more about the history of the Rakata Empire. Our history is a long one, but it is also one filled with bloodshed and sorrow. Once the Rakata ruled all of the known galaxy, but our empire was destroyed by our own corruption. The Rakata ruled the known galaxy. If you wish to know more, you should speak to Osra. Okay. What do you know about the other Rakata here? There is only one other group of Rakata on this island, the Tribe of the One. They would slaughter us if they could, hoping to unlock the secrets hidden away in the temple. Okay. Have you tried reasoning with the One? When the One first arrived on this island, we sent emissaries under a flag of truce to try and negotiate with his tribe, but all our envoys were brutally slaughtered. We do have the technology to destroy the One and his followers, but if we kill them all, that will only prove that we have learned nothing over the past 20,000 years. The One is mad with power. We choose not to fight him, so our only course of action is to stay here in isolation where we are safe, just as we have done for the past 20,000 years. Speak to Osra to know more. Okay. Wow. Okay. What do you know about the Temple of the Ancients? The temple is a sacred place, but also a place of great danger. Within its walls, the terrible secrets of our ancestors have been locked away. We ourselves can no longer enter the temple, Revan. We do not have the power of the Force, but you can enter with our help. If you wish to know more about this, speak to Osra. So the Rakatan people used to have the power of the Force, but they no longer do, so they can no longer enter the temple, and you need the Force to do so? Okay. Can you tell me about the Starforge? The Starforge is a blight upon our world, an orbiting symbol of the failures and horrors of our past. We have long searched for a way to destroy it, and now you have finally given us that chance. If you wish to know more, speak to Osra. I want to ask you about something else. We will tell you what you can. Okay. Do you know how to disable the Disruptive Field that caused my ship to crash? The Disruptive Field is one of the ancient defenses of the Starforge. A great generator within the Temple of the Ancient fuels it. You'll have to enter the temple to disable it. Okay. I'll be back after I rescue that prisoner. The prisoner is being held in the chamber of the One himself. Return to us once he is free. Until then, you have free run of our enclave. I wonder if Mission could just sneak in there and free him instead of negotiating. We'll see. The Elders have offered to get you inside the Temple of the Ancients if you rescue one of their tribe being held hostage in the camp of the One. Okay. The plot thickens. I still need to find out more about the invisible Mandalorians, though. Okay. Gong. They also have the symbol. They also have the symbol of the Starforge. Yes, Revan, is there something you need? I want to ask you some questions. Okay. I wonder if because there's 3 counselors, I wonder if they're just going to say the same thing. It's the same questions. I want to see if they have the same dialogue. Yes, this, okay. I think this is the. I think it's the same. Yeah, it's the same. Okay. Alright, so the counselors all have the same dialogue. I can only assume if 2 have the same, the 3rd one's probably going to have the same. But now we get to explore their enclave and see what we can find in here. Researcher Lawa. You have returned at last, Revan. I was beginning to wonder what had happened to you in the temple. You know me? We had met previously when last you entered our enclave, many years ago. You inquired as to my research then as well. You came here and gained access to the temple and were never heard from again. Some thought you might have betrayed us to the others, but they were never able to penetrate our defenses. But if you help us now, then the time taken is nothing. Is there anything else you require? What are you doing? You've got Rakatan prisoners, dude. What am I doing? You mean the purpose of my research here? Yeah, what is your research? As you may have heard from our historians, in our distant past we melded technology and the Force to create truly wondrous effects. We guided ships across the galaxy using our power and incorporated its use into all aspects of our society. But something happened somewhere. What happened? There are a variety of theories on what happened. Perhaps we became immune to the effects of the Force from overuse. Perhaps our breeding habits rendered our species insensitive to over time. None truly know. The only discernible result was that we could no longer command the Force as we had. Its power had escaped us. With its loss, our technologies could no longer hold us as far above the subjugated races we ruled, and our empire began to crumble. The races we subjugated rose up. Plague swept our world. We could do nothing against all these calamities. In the end, only the members of our race left here on our homeworld survived. So are the Rakatan people the Builders? Because they're speaking about how they've been here for like 20,000 years. The Builders are an ancient race from like 25,000 years ago. They would have had like slaves, like the Selkath, building their things with the star map in relation to the Star Forge, and then their empire fell apart, and they've since then certain parts of the Rakatan people regret the actions of their ancestors. That's insane. And they also used to wield the Force. So what is your research then? Every once in a while there is an individual born who has an affinity for the Force. Maybe not the ability to use it directly, but at least the ability to remain open to it. I believe this is a sign that whatever genes our species had that gave us the ability to use the Force are not completely gone. Perhaps when the ancestors of the current tribes fled beneath the surface, some retained this trait. We've been working for years to isolate this gene in an attempt to resurrect it in our species as well. We of the Elders do not have Force sensitivity ourselves, but by harnessing the genetic structure of other tribes, we hope to be able to breed the gene back into our species. Genome soldiers. Metal Gear. Guys, they're gonna do genome results with midichlorians. Midichlorian transplants. You're capturing prisoners for their genes. You make us seem like monsters. Truly, we are not. We capture them, yes, but only because the tribes have become extremely xenophobic in their millennia trapped on this world. They would not aid us willingly and killed our messengers when we asked. We believe that if we get a large enough genetic sample, we can reintroduce the recessive Force-sensitive genes back into our people, allowing us to once again access the heritage of our past. Heritage? You mean the temple? I read empire and temple in the same word. You mean the Tempire? You mean the temple? Yes, the temple. It can only be entered by those sensitive to the Force, so it has been barred to us for ages. What we may find inside will allow us to lift the other tribes out of the barbarism into which they have fallen and restore us as a productive force in the galaxy. You're trying to restore the Empire, aren't you? No, we do not want to fall down that path that so twisted our people before. This time, perhaps we can redeem ourselves in the eyes of the galaxy and become a force of good. How close are you to finishing your research? We are quite far along, having had centuries to work already, but with the arrival of another tribe on our island, we have been restricted in our movements to just our enclave. We have captured a few of their warriors, but the one that really interests us is their leader, the One. The One? What's so special about him? Those with the genes we seek seem to be marked with a destiny that causes them to rise above others, as we did as a species early on. In hearing the stories his warriors tell of the One, we believe that he may hold some of the genes we seek. He may be nearing Force sensitivity. Unfortunately, he and his people are much too aggressive and violent for us to ever get close enough to study him. His corpse would not do either, as only a living, working body is of use to us. Maybe in time, though, the differences between our peoples will lessen enough that we may study one another and gain the information we need. Wow. What kind of information do you need? Genetic data on drifts and changes over the many millennia have been here. Specific data on exceptional individuals. If only we had access to the knowledge of our ancestors. They must have known much, much more than us. They had a much greater population sample to work with. I believe that in the temple there may be information we seek, perhaps the old archives or scrolls, maybe even in an ancient computer if any is still functioning. This information would help us greatly in our work, and we would be very grateful to you for it. Is there anything else I can help you with? Interesting. Okay. Tell me your research again. I think there might just be other questions that I'm going to ask here. Just hold on. No Rakata can use the Force? Every once in a while there's an individual born who has an affinity for the Force. Okay, that just goes into similar dialogue. You're trying to rebuild your genetic structure? Large enough genetic sample. Okay. Temple. You want to reunite the tribes? Unite the tribes and take our place in the galaxy at large. This time perhaps we can redeem ourselves in the eyes of the galaxy. Cool. Alright, it pretty much leads to the same dialogue. How can you find these genes? Marked with a destiny. Okay. How can I help you with your research? Knowledge to the temple. Alright, perfect. That's fine. What do you know about the temple? It is ancient, that we know, and it is guarded by advanced technology that only Force-sensitive races can penetrate. Recently, we have seen ships coming and going from it, similar in design, that came about the same time you did many years ago. Other than that, we do not know, although we would dearly like to find out. Is there anything else I can help you with? There have been ships coming to and from the temple, which makes me believe that because Revan made it in there, I believe maybe that means Malak has access to it, potentially. I have to go now. Mucha Shaka Punka, an ancient version of Mucha Shaka Punka. Oh my god. Similarities in language. You have discovered that the elders are researching the genetic history of their people in an attempt to make them Force sensitive again. They believe that this will allow them to peacefully re-enter the galactic society. They think that there may be information stored in the temple that could help them. Far out. This is so much deeper than I thought it was going to be. This is wild. What a cool thing to get like close to the end game and then to be blessed with an entirely new species that are so intriguing, and I believe to be the builders? I think so. The cage is locked with a strange mechanical contraption. Likely you will need a special key. Alright, we can't... Can I talk to them? The One will not let the elders leave. Fucking Ichuta. Ichuta transcends all language barriers. Okay. Alright then. They do be working. Why am I walking that way? Walk me back this way. My character automatically just turns around and walks in another direction. Hey, hey guys. Bash all the gongs. Mucha Shagapunka. The keeper of our history can help. Okay. We'll let them worship. Ah yes, we love how all droids just have that same beep boop, even if they're ancient. Yeah, because this is the same droid, man. This is the same fucking droid from the ruins on Dantooine. Same fucking droid. These guys are the builders. So cool. I love that shit. I love that it, like, from the beginning of the game, it, like, ties it in such a mystery about it. And then you actually get, like, to meet them and their history and see how far that they have fallen over time. And all the drama that's going down on their homeworld. So if they're the Rakatan people, this planet must be called Rakata. I'm so surprised that we have not even been able to be given the name of this planet yet. Guys, you got all this food. It seems like obvious that we would ask someone, being like, hey, what's the name of this world? And they would just tell us, but apparently that's not a question that we've been... It's just not a question for us to ask, apparently. Ah, yes, guys. You like sitting at your bench when your food's up there? These are standing benches. I too love to sit at a bench and stare at the wall. It's great. It really gives you time to, like, reflect on things, you know? I too like to eat staring at a wall. Okay, let's go speak to the Keeper of History, Ozra, get the Elders version of events. This is our deep lore episode on the Rakatan people before we start putting in the work to get into that temple. Okay. Keeper Ozra. To the computer room! Greetings once again, Revan. I am glad you have returned. I couldn't believe that you had betrayed us despite what the Council said. Who are you? My name is Ozra. I am the Keeper of History for the Elders. The last time you were here, you had many questions for me. Well, history repeats itself, baby, because I'm back for the same thing. The Council told us all of the destruction of your memories, but still I had hoped you might recall something of our past discussion. I wish I could remember, but I don't. Sorry. There is no need to apologize. It just pains me to know that all you had learned from me has been forgotten. Still, I would be happy to instruct you again. Actually, I do have a few questions for you. Yes, of course. Although you must forgive me if some of this starts to seem familiar. After all, we did go into the history of the Rakata at some length the last time you were here. I will do my best to enlighten you with the knowledge I hold. What subject do you wish to learn about? Yeah, this is so sick. I wonder if they're going to give us the same... We're going to read over this because I wonder if some of it will be familiar to what we learned from the Lawkeeper. Only one way to find out. Tell me about the beginnings of the Rakata Empire. Deep breath, because we're about to do some more talking. Tell me about the beginnings. Long ago, we Rakata were a great spacefaring people. Our ships combined technology and the power of the Force, and we were able to pilot them to the farthest reaches of the galaxy. Everywhere we went, we found civilizations less advanced and weaker than our own, but instead of helping them advance, we conquered and enslaved them. Back then, we could still command the Force. That, combined with our advanced technology, made our march of conquest irresistible. Soon, the Infinite Empire stretched across the entire galaxy. Over time, we lost our ability to use the Force. Some believed we had used the Force for so long that we evolved biologically and became immune to its effects. In any case, once we lost our sensitivity to the Force, our empire began to fracture. We had to revert to more conventional space travel using inferior technology. Our ultimate collapse was inevitable. How did the Rakata Empire collapse? Long ago, the Rakata ruled all the known galaxy. All the species bowed down to us, but we were a corrupt people, and in our fall from glory, there are terrible lessons that must be learned. The infinite empire was built on slaughter. It was inevitable it should collapse upon itself. War, plague, and slave rebellion forced us to retreat back here to our hidden homeworld. Here, conflict among power-hungry warlords escalated into full civil war. Terrible weapons of mass destruction were unleashed, driving most of the Rakata far beneath the earth for shelter. The devastation ravaged the world. Our people were scattered, our cities leveled, our very existence all but erased. The glory of the infinite empire is now nothing but dust and bones. Dust and echoes, baby. In the past few thousand years, small bands of Rakata have begun to return to the surface, but they are primitive and superstitious creatures. Only we elders remember anything of the true past. Okay. I want to ask you about something else. Okay. Tell me about the tribe of elders. We elders are descendants of the holy priest, I don't know that word, holy priest caste of the infinite empire, survivors of the terrible weapons unleashed by the warlords during the final collapse of the empire. Inside the temple of the ancients, our ancestors were safe from the devastation that forced the other Rakata to flee underground. Underground. Good typo. We emerged from the temple to find an empty and ruined land. At last, we understood the terrible power of our own technology. To ensure it could never be unleashed upon us again, we sealed the ancient knowledge within the temple. Okay, I want to ask you about something else. What do you know about the other Rakata tribes here? Many centuries ago, the other Rakata began to emerge from the underground warrens where they had sought shelter from the devastation of the warlords. But these Rakata were as violent as the warlords they had fled many millennia ago. After centuries of battle and bloodshed, the tribe of the One has emerged as the strongest of them all. Now the One, lured by half-remembered legends of his people, lusts to possess the terrible power locked inside the temple. We can never allow that to happen. Okay. Have you tried reasoning with the One? When the One first arrived on this island, we sent emissaries under a flag of truce, were brutally slaughtered. Same dialogue that we've read before. So he tells us similar dialogue that the Counselor does. Cool. What do you know of the Temple of the Ancients? The temple is a sacred place of terrible secrets. All the dark mysteries of the Rakata are housed within its stone walls, which pulse with the living power of the Ancients. Only those who can command this power, what you call the Force, can enter the temple. Many centuries ago, there were still a few among us who could pass within its walls. But living in the shadow of the temple, we became desensitized to this power. As you yourself said the last time you were here, we elders are no longer Force sensitive. Okay. Can any of the Rakata enter the tomb? None of the Rakata can control the Force now, but long ago there were those who could pass through the barrier. Our ancestors created the energy shield around the building as a second line of defense. The energy shield was created using technology within the temple itself. Once we helped you and Malak get past the barrier, you discovered a way to lower the shields at will from within the temple itself. After this, you had no further need of us. This once hallowed ground of the temple is now overrun with the followers of Malak who can command the Force. Those you call Dark Jedi. Okay, so the temple is filled with Dark Jedi, and that is why the shield is back up again. They've sealed it. That makes sense. Bruh, thanks for the information. I guess I can kill you now. Fucking hell. Do you know how to disable the Disruptive Field that caused my ship to crash? I believe it's in the temple itself, right? The Disruptive Field is one of the ancient defenses of the Star Forge. A great generator within the Temple of the Ancient fuels it. Cool. I'm pretty sure that's everything. Can you tell me about the Star Forge? Much of our knowledge of the Star Forge is lost. It was built during the height of the Infinite Empire, long ago. All we know is that it now casts a terrible shadow across our world. We elders have longed to destroy the Star Forge for many generations, to cleanse ourselves of its evil presence. Okay. When you and Malak last came here, we saw you as saviors. We let you into the temple so you could destroy the Star Forge, but instead you harnessed its dark power for yourselves. You awakened a dormant evil, your fleet helped spread the corruption of the Star Forge throughout the galaxy, and now you return as our last hope to stop what you once started. I will finish what I started by stopping it. Okay. I have to go now. Yes, of course. You have much to do and little enough time to do it. But if you ever have any questions for me, I will be happy to try and answer them. Okay. So the Law Keeper has more information about the Rakatan people than the Keeper. The Lawmaster is better than the Keeper, but at the same time, different stories, different histories, which is really cool. But Rakatan computer. User verification. User species is non-Rakata. Access to auxiliary archives is restricted to Rakata or approved servants. Slaves may not access the archives. I do serve the Rakata. How else would I learn the language? Logical. User speaks the language of the Rakata in order to serve them. User added to authorized list of non-Rakata. Easy. Notice, further information can be obtained from the main archives within the Temple of the Ancients. Downloading codes to bypass exterior energy fields surrounding Temple. My archives are ready for information. Retrieval and download into remote datapad storage. Please select the topic. Did we just obtain the ability to just walk past the energy shield now? We just downloaded the codes, so now we can just go in if we want. We're going to help. We're going to help this tribe. I like this tribe. We're going to help them. So we'll try and get this scout back from the one. But at the same time, we just went, I learnt the language, bruh. Let me in. Logical. I'm looking for the secrets of the ancient Rakata. Searching. Retrieving information. These secrets are locked within the Temple of the Ancients. The Elders sealed this information away to prevent the technology from falling into the wrong hands. Okay, how can I get into the temple? Searching. The shields constructed by the Elders to guard the temple are controlled from the summit of the structure. Anyone inside the temple may temporarily shut down the shields. There is only one way to gain access to the temple from the outside. The shields are designed to lower in response to a ritualistic chant detailed in the ancient text held by the Keeper of History. To protect the secrets within the temple, the chant will only work if spoken by the Rakata. No other species can create the proper intonations that will trigger shield deactivation. Okay, so we don't have the ability to just walk through it now. I think I misunderstood. So it actually needs the Rakatans themselves to do a ritualistic chant to deactivate the shield. It's a vocalized deactivation. That's kind of awesome. Okay, I want to ask you something else. Tell me about the Starforge. No information on Starforge detected. Information may be recorded in the temple. Okay. Tell me about the Temple of the Ancients. The temple is a sacred place of ancient secrets. All the dark mysteries of the Rakata are housed within its stone walls, which pulse with the living power of the ancients. Only those who command the Force can enter. The Elders are seeking to breed a Force-sensitive being. Okay. I want to ask you something else. Okay, this is kind of more of the same, but we'll see if there's anything new here. I want to know about the history of the Rakata. At its peak, the Infinite Empire of the Rakata ruled over 500 planets and was comprised of 10 billion Rakata and over 1 trillion slaves scattered across the galaxy. But over time, the Empire grew weak and corrupt and turned against itself. Civil war, slave rebellions, and a great plague spread throughout the galaxy. A plague? Its origins were unknown, perhaps the creation of an enslaved species, perhaps a mutation of a natural virus. It killed only Rakata, and it spread to every corner of the galaxy. The Infinite Empire crumbled into dust as the Rakata survivors fled back here to their homeworld, isolated and hidden from the rest of the galaxy. But even here, on this forgotten planet, we were not safe. Millions died from the deadly plague, many more died in the never-ending civil war. The history of the Infinite Empire ended 20,000 years ago. Now, the Rakata are nothing but a few scattered primitive tribes battling for dominance and control. Wow. That's information. Tell me about the Elders. The Elders are descended from the Rakata priest caste. When the Infinite Empire collapsed, the Elders isolated themselves on this island, far away from the rest of Rakata society. They hid the secret technology of the Ancients in the temple. Deprived of the knowledge of the Ancients, the other Rakata degenerated into primitive tribes engaged in constant warfare. Okay. Temple of the Ancients. Sacred place of ancient secrets. All the dark mysteries of the Rakata are housed there. Only those who command the Force can enter. Okay, I think we're good for this computer. I think we're good. Disruptive Field is controlled by a generator within the temple, so you can shut it down. Lovely, I'll be going now. Cool. Okay, activated cool computer. Wonderful. So this guy has the sacred texts. Wonderful. Okay. We got a bunch of lore, didn't we? We got a bunch of lore. So okay, we can't return here. Just a good little learn about the history of the Rakatan people from all of the different tribes. And now we have the option. Interestingly enough, we have the option to free a scout from the other base. But they also are mentioning that if they were to obtain the body of the One, they could potentially do some research onto regaining Force sensitivity. While at the same time, I think we should just be able to get by with getting some secrets from the temple for them instead. That might help. What's really cool is I think these Rancors just keep respawning, which means this is a good way to continue to level up your characters, which is nice. So we're just gonna keep leveling them up, baby. And you need. Good old HK.
That hurt, I bet. That hurt, I bet. What?
Sweet. Sometimes they're just easier to kill than other times. Other times they manage to completely wipe us out. Alright, can we travel back here? Okay. I can travel back now. Central Beach. Red Settlement. It might be faster to return to the Ebon Hawk, maybe. But then I just may as well kill some Rancors while we go through. Alright, let's head back to the One's settlement. See if we can negotiate the release of the Scout. But we may potentially be able to just kind of stealth our way through with mission, and maybe we could see about breaking him out, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the logistics of that. We'll have to see if we can get that to work. We've explored pretty much this whole area and only encountered that one group of Mandalorians. So I wonder... Alright, there's no more Rancors out here, so I guess the only ones that respawn are on the way to the Red Settlement. Who could we talk to about the Mandalorians, then? Because it's a journal entry. Nobody seemed interested in the Red Rakatan settlement. Maybe there's more Mandalorians to find that we just have not run into yet, which seems kind of unlikely. Maybe the people in this settlement will want to talk to us about it. We'll be like, hey, I killed some Mandalorians. Here's this helmet. Now, can you make this helmet wearable so Canderous can wear it? So he looks cool? Who knows? I might do a character swap as well. I'm gonna bring Juhani back in. We'll swap out HK for Juhani, and we'll just run with 3 melee users. Oh fuck. What's happening now? Oh, what the fuck? We've seen you, interloper. You are a servant of the elders. By order of the One, you must die. What? What? We have seen you. What the fuck? No chance to, like, talk to them about it? Just instant battle? What the hell? That's weird. I thought we were going to have a chance to come in here and like, oh, why haven't you dealt with the elders yet? Like, we're working on it, Chief. But instead, they're just all instantly aggressive. How the hell am I supposed to do this? Especially if they want to potentially learn from the one to craft a force-sensitive being. If they're all going to be against me now, if I go into the settlement, they'll all attack me. Well, now I'm just confused. Well, fuck it. Honestly, if I just... if I kill these guys and then we help out the elders, I guess we'll just have to kill them all. We'll get the scout back, and then we'll get led into the temple. Not how I expected this to go. Not how I expected this to go, which is unfortunate. Very unfortunate.
Yes.
I guess we just have to go with this. That force wave, though? Holy shit.
You will fall!
Your wish?
Yes.
What is it?
Let's see what you got now.
I'm taking on a lot of fucking enemies here right now, dude. I'm taking on a lot of enemies right now, dude.
That hurt,
This is fucked. This is ridiculous, man. I'm taking... this is fucking Star Wars Normandy right now. Storming the beaches, man. Those Rancors. Well, good for leveling up, I guess.
Let's see what you got.
Fuck. Oh boy.
That hurt, I bet.
I'm shocked, man. Honestly, like, I didn't expect us to be going up against the whole beach. That's kind of a shame. I was expecting there to maybe be a bit more of a peaceful option that wouldn't involve me literally having to decimate their entire village. Because they're like, oh, we've seen you with them, and now you are our enemy. Like, fucking... Okay, man. Well, nice job, team. Let's level you up. Alright, level 18. Perfect. Alright, new feat unlocked. I'm going to give you Master Dueling. Powers. Alright, you've unlocked yourself a Force Storm there, Jahani. There you go. Perfect. Crest Dracor. New attribute unlocked. Alright, I'm going to give myself a point in... I might give me a point in wisdom. It gives me a +1 modifier. Otherwise, I was going to go for dexterity, but I'll bump up my wisdom. I'm quite well-rounded and not kind of maximized as much as I would like to be. But obviously, it's because I've kind of just made the most of what I, you know, I've kind of done the most that I could do with like the knowledge that I had, I guess. You know what I mean? At the time, and I've slowly learnt over time. Force immunity to paralysis and master sense. Nice. Sweet. Okay, maybe maximum toughness. What else have we got in here that I could do? Everything else is kind of level 1. Ah, Master 2 weapon fighting. Yeah, we'll go for Master 2 weapon fighting. Alright, and then we can do another power. Let's see, what should I give myself? Give myself stasis, choke, or I can go for master speed. Honestly, maybe a bit more healing might be a good idea, but I've been focusing on some cool powers. Stunning, inflicting. Alright, that's just targets one character, doesn't it? I like targeting a group of characters, so that's why we've gone for that. I'm just going to give myself... What's the difference between these two? Movement speed is doubled, defense increased by 4, 2 attacks per round. This is defense increased by 4, 1 attack per round is gained. Alright, fuck it. Do master speed, and I'll actually try and use it in fights. Oh, that's max level. That was it. No experience needed to level up. So we're level 12 as a Jedi Sentinel and level 8 as a Scoundrel. So maximum of like level 20. Okay. Makes sense. Well, that's it. That's our final character. Like, not bad, to be honest. Like, we're getting through fights. We're only dying to Rancors sometimes. Okay, so level 20 is the max. I'm quite happy with that, to be honest with you. Like, that's pretty cool. Obviously, we haven't min-maxed. I was very new to this system, and I think I've come out kind of at least okay by the end of it. I'm kind of happy with the outcome there. I think that's fine. Jolie, however, has none of this stuff, to the point where I might give him some more toughness. He doesn't even have any toughness yet, and he's still quite tanky. I'll give him toughness. Level 18, okay. Powers. I can also get... Oh, he can actually get Death Field, because he's got Drain Life. Death Field targets all enemies within a 10-meter radius, draining life to heal the attacking Jedi. I'm going to give him Force Storm as well. And then maybe on another one I'll give him that ability. Hell yeah.
Yes?
Well done, team. My strong team. I'm going to make a new save file again. I wonder if there's, like... So it must mean that if you go to the Elders camp and you don't murder them immediately, the Tribe of the One automatically just assume that you are enemies to them and just attack you. But if you... Yeah. Yep, they are all... Yep, okay. They're all just like, fuck it. Oh, that's a shame. Well... Get Force-stormed, bitch.
What?
Okay. Well, let's go get this scout then. Take on this whole group. I didn't necessarily want to do this. I was gonna see if there was a, like, you know, an option for us to... Okay, what is happening here? Oh my god, what? What is happening here? Can someone stop and fight? Please. Why are you just running around in circles, please? If there was a way for us to have made contact with the Elders while making this still a peaceful resolution for us to free the scout, I would have preferred to take that instead of murdering an entire tribe of the Rakatan people just because that they were opposed to, you know, what was going on. So this is not necessarily the outcome that I was wishing for. But it seems that it's just the way that it's had to go in order for you to side with the Elders, is for us to go against our vow to the One. Even though it seems that Revan just played both sides when he was here the first time. He just went, you know what, yeah, I'll just say yes to everybody and then I'll leave. Which which we could have done. We can just go, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna kill you all. Okay, so we're on the map. Run all the way to the end. Where the hell is the... Because this is the arena of the One. We're going to fight. Okay, now it makes sense that there's an arena in here, because now we have to fight. They're going to unleash enemies on us. That's what I thought was going to happen at the very beginning. So is the prisoner in the arena, behind one of those things I just didn't notice? Or is the prisoner in the previous enclave? I don't know.
I still got it.
This game is crazy with force powers, I gotta say. Like, it's... the force powers in this game are wild. Very, very cool, but yeah. It makes me very interested to see how a playthrough of purely trying to be like a blaster, like not even putting points into force stuff and just being full like a soldier with blasters would go. Oh look, he's prepped for battle. He's got his shield on and everything. I don't want to just defeat him, you know what I mean? Because the elders don't want him to die either. Okay. I'm gonna fight him and all the Rancor. Okay. Okay. The one, the only. Oh, he's gonna throw grenades at us. Great. He's throwing grenades. Okay, hold on. I need to actually get these guys doing shit.
What is it?
Yes. Is the one dead already? I can't move my camera to see. Oh no, he's there. Watch out for Jahani, because Jahani's in trouble. Jahani is in trouble.
What?
Yes?
Fuck's sake. Okay, hold on. I'm in a bit of trouble here. Spot a bother. And I'm out of force powers, so that's great.
What?
Hold on. Whoa! Jahani just jumped across the map there. Holy fuck. There we go. Damn, Jahani. Alright, we did manage to survive. Fuck's sake. It doesn't even have anything on him. Is this the scout in here? Yeah, okay, this looks like this is our scout. Oh, he's forced to just chill with a bunch of them just impaled on spikes. You have saved me from the savages and their war beasts. I was sent by the council to save you. I don't know what I could have done if you had not come. I suppose I would be dead now, like the others when they captured with me. Thank you for saving me. I shall attempt to return to the Enclave on my own. I will tell the council of what you have done. Okay, well, we saved him. One life traded for the entire Enclave of the Black Rakatan. You rescued a Rakata being held prisoner by the One. Now that he's been saved, it is likely his tribe, the Elders, will help you find a way off this world. You should go speak to them in their enclave near the Temple of the Ancients. Okay, well at least in terms of the Rakatan research, while they were talking about the One would be useful to them, at least there is information in the temple that would help them, so it's not specifically tied to the One's survival, but it seemed like it would have been a preferred outcome for them to survive. But there you go. Oh, more ship parts. Nice. Okay, we've got more ship parts. Let me check out the other one. So that's 2 ship parts so far. I'm looking for a T-14 hyperdrive generator. T-14 hyperdrive. Too expensive. You're gonna have trouble finding that one, I think. I would like to buy it from you. Republic credits will do fine. Can I leave? I can't leave. I have to walk the long way out. I gotta walk the long way. That's my road of punishment after destroying the entire Enclave. As long as we don't... Guys, as long as we don't go over the left-hand side of that lower Enclave, the Lawkeeper and some other Rakatans will survive, and then we'll leave them there. So some of them got to live, and they'll realize the errors of their bloodthirsty ways, and then maybe join up with the red team later, maybe. All right, I'm gonna run back over to the Elders now, like that other dude did, and I guess that means we'll get our entrance into the temple. Master speed. Let me back in to the Elder settlement. All right, we did it, guys. I've got yourself a guy. Revan, you are back. Our scout has told us of how you rescued him. His injuries are severe, but we believe he will survive. We are grateful for what you have done. So now, will you help me? Risking your own life to save our scout seems to prove that you have changed significantly since the last time you were here, Revan, but you have deceived us before. We must discuss this in greater detail. We must have some privacy, Revan. We will return when our deliberations are done. Look at him walk. Look at him walk. They got that Rakatan walk. Rakatan groove, baby. Let's have some deliberations. Revan, you have rescued a member of our tribe from the one at great personal risk to yourself. We believe this action shows you have truly changed since your last visit here. The Council has decided we will trust you once more. For many generations we have sought a way to enter the temple and discover the means to destroy the Starforge. But only those who can command the Force, those like you, can enter the temple of the Ancients. We no longer have that power. This was why we helped you the last time you were here. But you cannot enter the temple without our help, Revan. Only the ancient rituals of our people can lower the shield for you to enter. You need us as much as we need you, Revan. Looks like we'll be working together then. Give me your ancient chant, baby. For our own sake, and that of the entire galaxy, we hope you truly mean to atone for your past evils. When you are ready, Revan, we will take you to the temple. But the temple is a place of sacred power. If you were to enter, you must do so alone, in the tradition followed by our Rakata ancestors for the past 1,000 generations. Okay, so I can't take my pals with me even though they're Force sensitive? Why do I have to go in alone? When you were last here, we broke the ancient tradition. We allowed you and your apprentice to enter the temple together, and it brought untold suffering upon the galaxy. We believe you truly wish to destroy the Starforge this time, but the lesson of the past is not easily forgotten. We will not defile the sacred ritual a second time. Only you alone may enter. When I am ready, I will go into the temple alone then. Then it is done. You have only to let us know when you are ready to enter the temple. I'm ready to enter the temple now. The time has come for you to atone for your past crimes, Revan, but the task ahead will be difficult. Those you call Dark Jedi, followers of your old apprentice, now dwell within the temple. There's Dark Jedi inside the temple. How did they get in there? It's almost as if I already got this information. The last time you and Malak entered the temple, you must have found the controls to raise and lower the shields. Those inside can lower the barrier to allow other Force users to enter and exit the temple. But they will not be able to prevent us from using the ritual to gain you access. Once inside, we can do nothing to help you, however. Go to the temple now. We will meet you there once the ritual has been prepared. Remember, in accordance with ancient Rakata tradition, you must enter the temple alone. Alright. Trapped on a nameless world, the Elders have agreed to help you get inside the Temple of the Ancients. Once inside, you should be able to find a way to disable the Disruptive Field and get off the planet. You only have to speak to them when you're ready to go in, though in accordance with ancient traditions, they have insisted you go in alone. Okay, I think with that one, guys, this is a good point for us to end this episode of Knights of the Old Republic. Thank you so much for joining me today as we crash landed on an unknown world, learned about the Rakatan people, both tribes, their history, big, deep lore dives, and we are now going to go to the Temple of the Ancients, disable the stasis field, deal with the Dark Jedi, learn some secrets, pass it on to the Elders, and leave this planet to go to the Starforge. So thank you so much for watching this episode of Knights of the Old Republic, and I will see you next time.